That fray with victory, King Saul said to Abner, "Whose son is he? Go bid him forth." And so David went from his brothers to the king. When he came to Saul's tent, puffed as a toad with what he had done, his heart skipped a beat when he looked on Jonathan. "Oh, were I the brother of such an one," he said, and stared while his vision of the king in glory fled. And a lark in a thicket and a lark in a cloud sang both together as those two bowed to the son of Jesse, and Jonathan found each other in the morning of the sun. Jonathan was the son of the king, and David was a shepherd with a harp and a sling. But as fair as a lily and lithe was he, and the color of roses and ivory. And his harp was fair, though he looked on the king's son through a mist of cloudy hair. His harp had then a voice of his own, and what it played then was Jonathan. David was a psalmist with a golden tongue, but he looked on the king's son and he forgot his song. He looked on the king's son and he forgot to sing, and then his heart was strung with a single throbbing string. And the tune of love that string played on was Jonathan, Jonathan, Jonathan. Oh, thought David as he gazed his fill, when I watched the sheep fray with victory, King Saul. Would that we together had woke and slept. Oh, that we together the watch might have kept. His hand on my shoulder, perilous and kind, and the little lambs playing and bawing on the wind, and the lark sang to David from low in his mind, and the lark sang to David from a thicket twined. David was a shepherd, lightsome and tall, a hero of battles. The doughty Jonathan was the hope of the people, and King Saul's son. Now what should the son of the king of Israel have in his heart? A shepherd lad to tell? As I would clothe me, even against rain and sun, here's my robe, David, for thee to put on. For surely I shall carry till my days are no more the image of David at my heart's still core. As I would arm me, even to warrior for my lord, here is my blade, David, buckle on my sword. For surely I shall carry till the two of us part, in death the image of David in my heart. As I would smite even farther than the spear, here is my bow, David, for thee to bear. For surely who shall rive it when it beats no more, shall find David's image at my heart's still core. As I love thee even, I strip me of my girdle, the royal symbol David, to blind about thy middle, David, to blind about thy middle. And the lark sang to Jonathan, lovely and loud, the lark sang to Jonathan, the lark in the cloud. Oh! The crows at the parting of David and Jonathan.
This is sad as hell. This is sad.
Above the stone Ezel, querulous and high, through the broken morning did the cock-crows cry. They alone had witnessed the eye of the sun, the banishment of David from the sight of Jonathan. Jonathan, shooting while his lad stood apart, loosed 3 arrows from his bow to his heart, loosened 3 arrows eastward toward the sun. When his lad sought them, he cried, they fell beyond. Past all finding, the arrows sped apart. The signal, David's going, and the death of my heart. Past all knowing, the arrows have flown that turned him into the wilderness, and by the great black stone. And they too in silence, while the shadows at tether followed forth, the sun sat bleeding together. As each to each, aching their slashed wrist bled, Jonathan, caressing the palm of David, said, as I was dreaming, David, dreaming of thee, kind and fair, David, you came to me. Against my heart, David, I dreamed you lead to rest, but I might not embrace thee in the honor of my breast. Your fervid fingers, David, burned mine like a brand, but I might not caress thee, an honor in my hand. Your lips were sweeter, David, than dew where honey swims, but I might never kiss thee, David, an honor of my lips. David, an honor of my lips. But now thou art banished from the house of Saul, and I shall not encounter thee daily in this hall. Nor press thee to battle, nor listen to thy lyre. I lean to thee to kindle my heart to fire. Since henceforth thou art banished forever from my sight. See the sun falling westward into night. I no more may wait thee, whatever place I stand. I take thy own hansel, love's fury in my hand. And yet, now thou art banished by Saul from Israel, until time fulfilling the dreams of Samuel. When the seeming endless way thou must set upon, proud path that is in the turning shall lead to Israel's throne. Brings thee again to Gibeah, I lean to kiss thy chassis, lips brushed with the salt of sorrow, and gets near honey taste. Now may the Lord forever keep watch between us two. So Jonathan and David said adieu. When David from return